Abdelawi Ellina, j'ai 24 ans. Mon père est algérien, kabyle plus précisément, et ma mère est polonaise. C'est vraiment le mélange des trois cultures, on va dire. Donc Pologne, Algérie, France. You embrace your culture for the positive sides, for all the traditions. But on the other side, there is that trauma of the war. And I hate that it's so Eurocentric and how it only matters when it's white people. I think one of the most hurtful things I've come across is people not believing me that I was from certain places because of how I look. Il y a de la dualité, il y a forcément toutes les histoires super heureuses de toutes les traditions. En Pologne, c'est des fêtes qu'on n'a pas en France, qu'elles soient religieuses ou pas. Après, forcément, il y a les histoires de Seconde Guerre mondiale. Pendant la guerre, quand son mari a été appelé au front, d'une nuit à l'autre, cheveux blancs sur toute la tête. Les traumatismes de la guerre comme ça. Et elle est venue vivre en France, malgré que la France soit le pays qui a quand même, on va dire, vendu une bonne partie de l'Europe aux nazis, quoi.
Exactement.
Qui a bien collaboré, quoi. Du côté de l'Algérie et de la Kabylie, c'est un peu pareil. Tout ce qui est tradition, Idir, mon père est très attaché au chanteur Idir. Il y a toutes ces fiertés-là autour de la culture, des fêtes, des robes, la cuisine que ma grand-mère, elle fait. Pendant l'occupation, pendant la colonisation, il y avait des bombardements dans nos villages. Et il y a une fois où sa grand-mère se tourne vers sa mère pour la prendre dans ses bras, parce qu'elle avait peur. Donc ma grand-mère avait 8 ans. Et en fait, elle tend son bras, et son bras, il pénètre l'estomac grand ouvert de mon arrière-grand-mère. Mon grand-père était dans l'armée, du côté d'Algérie, et il y avait un général français qui persécutait les femmes et les enfants dans le village, qui les battait parce que ça l'amusait en fait. Et mon grand-père s'est interposé et lui a dit « Écoute, tu t'arrêtes tout de suite, c'est injuste ce que tu fais. Moi aussi je suis dans l'armée, c'est pas comme ça qu'on fait. » Et le général français lui a clairement craché à la gueule, il l'a envoyé à l'hôpital. Et du coup, mon grand-père a fait 6 mois de prison. I did not realize what it meant to live in France when France had done that to my countries of origin.
Exactly.
But growing up, it was a fuel for hatred. And then all of the stories make even more sense. Manipulation, colonization, the more it transforms into hate. It's something that's hard to navigate because I live in France, I study in France. We still have some social help in France. It's very paradoxical and you'll never forgive. Those little countries in Europe have perpetuated the worst in history. And I hate when people ask me to be grateful or patriotic. Hear your dad tell you all the time, you have to do 10 times more than French people because of your name. People always tell me, oh, when we look at you, we don't expect you to be from there. But then when you talk, we understand. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Are you calling me ghetto? Are you calling me like la costienne? What are you trying to say? I have the biggest white passing in the world, even though people have told me, oh, you have that Kabyle nose, so we know. I guess I can say I'm luckier than other people. I look white. Teachers stuttering on your name when it's not the hardest name they've ever seen. In uni, being the only Arabic person in your class and your friend is the only black person. I was flirting with some guy and he was like, I want to taste your Algerian sauce. And I'm like, what about fetishism? So one of the lesser ones told me, you know what, I know you're kind. En français, je connais ta race. And his excuse was, well, my best friend is from Kabylie and I've known him for 30 years, so it's not a racist thing, you know. People who don't know you're Arabic or like North African and they say stuff in front of you. And friends said, oh, il est garé comme un arabe, lui. My dad drives expensive cars for people and when he drives them, he's in a suit. And still, the police still arrest him for the most ridiculous reasons. Dad having to have another name at work. Some people treat you as the quotas, double-edged sword, but also sometimes you are the pride of your own country. The problem with studying the Algerian Revolution is that some archives are not available still. Some archives were burnt purposefully. And I'm not sure France will completely be honest about the wrongs that she has done to Algeria. I have big cheekbones, which is very Eastern Europe. My nose screams that where I'm from. I think you can't beat yourself for it every day. And sometimes it's quite hard. But it can be a fuel for protest, struggles, the fights against oppression. Again, it's paradoxical because if I renounce to my hatred, I feel like a coward, like a traitor to my own cultures. But at the same time, I cannot live only through hate. Both in Poland and Algeria, there are some conservative sides. And my identity as a non-binary person or LGBTQ person is a lot harder to navigate. One thing that helped was to see people like me. Seeing that you could be Algerian and trans, you could... That's not just a white privileged person thing.